What's up, Jessica Squad? Thanks for watching this cooking video, and if you're new to our channel, please subscribe. Today I'm going to show you how to make some delicious Thai-style shrimp toast. This is a popular appetizer served at a lot of Thai restaurants, and this is an at-home version. So I'm cleaning my shrimp. My shrimp was already deveined, but as you can see, most places that devein the shrimp, when they serve it in the frozen bag, there's still a little vein left at the very bottom part of the tail. You want to cut a diagonal and get that part out. I have a small food processor, so I'm going to fit as much shrimp as I can in there. And this is about a pound of shrimp right here. I'm going to leave a little space on top for our remaining ingredients. We're going to need about 2 green onions. I'm just breaking it up a little bit so it's easy on the food processor. A teaspoon of some rice wine vinegar, a little dash of some salt, 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. I'm putting half a teaspoon of some fish sauce, a little dash of some ginger powder, and some cilantro. I'm taking away the long stems, and I'm putting in a small piece of ginger. Just enough that I will fit inside of my teaspoon, and that's big enough. I don't want it to be too strong of a ginger flavor, and I'm putting in 1 egg. And now I'll go ahead and puree this. So I want it to be really ground up well. I have a few more shrimps that I can add in here. And I already cleaned these really good. There's no vein in them at all by taking out the extra little part at the bottom. And I'm going to scoop this into a container, and we're going to prep the bread. By the way, this is also a really great filling for some spring roll wrappers or some little wonton wrappers, or even if you make little tiny shrimp patties and fry them on the pan. This is really good for that. So I'm trying to scoop it all off the blades and everything, and then I'm going to scrape down my little food processing bowl with a spatula so we don't waste any. Next up, I'm going to melt some butter. This is also optional part. I melted it in the microwave. You can also do olive oil or cooking spray. I'm seasoning this up with a little bit of salt and pepper and a little garlic powder. And for this recipe, I'm using some French bread. I have a big loaf of it, and this is a good way to use it. Every time I've had this appetizer served at a Thai restaurant, usually it's served on regular white bread with the crust removed, cut in a little triangle shape. But I think it will still taste great on this French bread. You probably just wouldn't want a bread that's too hard and it gets too crispy in the oven. Now it's time to butter the bread, but if you're using olive oil, you can do that, or you can put on your favorite little cooking spray. This way, one side will be nice and toasty and have a little flavor. All the flavor won't just be on the shrimp side. And next, we're going to top the other side with shrimp. So the butter side is on the outside, and the top that gets the shrimp is plain, and you just want to spread it under nice and even. This way it's pressed flat, a nice layer of it, not too thick. Just spread it out really well. I had to take out a little bit of my ginger because if there's a chunk of ginger and you can see it, that might be a little too spicy of a spot, so I just took that part off. And then you want to bake it in your oven at 450 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. And I'm sprinkling sesame seeds on top of my bread. You can do white sesame seeds or black sesame seeds. I only had black ones, so that's what I'm using. And now I'm making a delicious cucumber onion relish. I took out 3 cucumbers, but I only needed 1 for this. So you want to just dice up your cucumber into small cubes. And I also have 2 Thai chilies, but a jalapeno could work also. And I have about 1/4 of an onion that I'm going to chop up as well. This is just like a little side dish that you want to serve with the shrimp toast. The shrimp toast alone will taste great, even with a peanut satay sauce, but this also goes good with it. And also, the shrimp toast is going to taste good by itself too. This is just to complement it. Now it's time to chop up the onions, and you want to make them about the same size as the cucumbers. I had a little leftover onion from a different meal, so I'm just using that up. Now I'm going to chop up my 2 little Thai chilies. Some people like to take away the seeds. I just leave them, they don't bother me. I don't even find them extra spicy or anything. So I'm just going to add everything into my bowl with the cucumbers and the onions, and I'm going to work on a vinegar sauce. So I'm putting probably about half a cup of some sushi vinegar or rice vinegar, a little salt, and about 3 spoons of sugar. I'm going to stir it up and try to dissolve the sugar. And once it is dissolved, I'm going to add it over the cucumbers mixture right there and stir it in really well. And just let it sit in there while the shrimp toast is baking. And here is the shrimp toast. The house smells really good and it's nice and crispy. I'm going to cut through it, and you can see that it's cooked all the way. It's really nice, and I'm just so happy you can make this at home. If you order this at a restaurant, it could easily cost like $7 to $10 sometimes. So this is how it can look plated up, and I add a little cucumber relish on top. It's so good. I really hope you enjoyed this recipe. It's really good. Please subscribe. We have more cooking videos on our channel.